So episode number 4 opened with Vegas and an old girl here. I really don't know her name, y'all, because I missed the last episode. But they're in the car, and apparently something has happened. And judging from the promo from last week, it looks like Dominique has been shot. Maybe even killed, but she's shaken, she's rattled, and naturally he's trying to calm her down. And to be honest, it's a little too early for me to tell if I really like this character or not. I'm really not even sure how she actually interacts with Vegas, so we'll see. And I don't know, this episode strongly started off with the brothers, so now we have Roman and Orlando in the foyer. And Orlando, of course, is giving him a hard time as usual because he's trying to push this swab of a DNA test down his throat. But Roman's not having it. He refused it, and he kind of chumped him off a little bit. And I'm so glad that he did, because I don't like Orlando in this moment. You know, even though he does have a point to some degree, but that's not how you do it. That's not how you talk to people. Like, have some decorum. I mean, he's not really even considering how Roman feels. Now, if Roman were not a part of this family, then yeah, he has every right to go that route. But in this case, you know, you have to be a little bit more sensitive, especially when your mom and your dad is backing up the story. So you need to chill. And LC walked in right at the very end, right when Roman was walking out. And he very scoldly warned Orlando that if something happens to Roman and if he ends up leaving, then he's going to blame him for it. He reminded him of the time when little O came to live with them. And he said, listen, man, nobody questioned you about his validity of being in the family, so don't question me about mine. And of course, there is a huge age difference here. I mean, they're giving Roman $500,000 cars, you know, giving him room and board, taking care of him. But Orlando is what, 6? So what does he need? Like a bowl of cereal? So yeah, I do see his point to some degree. Then we move on to the next brother, Junior, doing Sonia. When they were rudely interrupted by Donna at the door, frantically knocking to tell him that Dominique had been shot. And she also told him about the setup that she had nothing to do with, quote unquote. And even though I didn't watch the last episode, I don't believe that for a minute. Donna is lying like she always does. And Junior is shocked. He's surprised that they undermined his authority and didn't include him in on the plan to kidnap his own brother. And of course they won't. But I'm so glad that this happened, because now you see who you're really working with, Junior. You're getting lied to in your face from your own mama. And yeah, this is something else that really needed to happen, because he's about to go head to head with Antonio, you know, to see who's really running shit. And he's gonna quickly find out that he's not. Junior done stepped in a whole pile of you know what and don't know how to get out of it. So we're going to see how this unfolds. And Vegas is trying to drop old girl off at the house. And she didn't want to get out of the car. She said, listen, we almost died out there, so you owe me some sort of explanation. And he told her, listen, let me call my family first, and then, you know, then I'll get back to you. And she said, listen, you got 10 minutes. And she wasn't playing at all. And I don't blame her, because that was pretty serious. But I'm not really sure if I like how she's handling Vegas. You know, some men like, you know, that sort of energy from women. So, I don't know. We'll see. So, Vegas called LC to let him know what was going on. He told him that the Alliance tried to take him out tonight and that Junior wasn't there. It was only the Alliance flunkies. He told him about Dominique being shot and all that stuff. So now they know that someone else is on their side, another sniper, a professional sniper. There's only one other person that they know who can snipe like that, and they haven't quite figured it out, but they're going to put 2 and 2 together a little later, I'm sure. And of course, in this moment, they want him to come home. He's got to tie things up with old girl before he does anything. And he got about 5 more minutes. So old girl's name is Kendra, and Kendra has a past, right? So she called someone named Thomas. And I'm looking at the screen like, Vegas, who this man? But Kendra thinks that bullet that Dominique took was meant for her. She thinks that whatever went on with her in her past is coming back to haunt her. So whatever went on, she left the city wherever they were, because right now they're in Queens. She told him that she needed his help, and he said, say less. And whoever this Thomas is, it's been a while since he's talked to her, so it's going to be interesting to see what their story is. So he came back in the house to explain to her exactly what went on. And I'm sitting here thinking initially, you know, you're really giving up your entire life story. You've told her about prison. You've told her about your family. You've told her about going to jail, like everything, which he should, right? But I'm thinking, what happened last week, y'all? Y'all may have to tell me, what did she do? Because he seems like he's, starting to care about her, because he told her that he wouldn't let anything ever happened to her. And then we finally get to see Vegas putting it down. Vegas was like, Orlando ain't the only one who can do the love scenes. Junior even has love scenes. So it's high time that we saw him put it down. And I'm like, girl, let's see what you got. You're with Spawn now. Do y'all remember him in Spawn? All that action and stuff. Vegas said, y'all ain't gonna leave me out of the lovey-dovey. Give me some love scenes. But one thing I do know, prison did not make him forget what to do. Okay. Then we moved to Orlando. He's at the hospital with little O. And he began to make phone calls. No one was available. He called Vegas. He didn't pick up. And of course. And then he also called Ruby. Now, he hadn't talked to Ruby in like almost a week. Well, 5 days, right? And he said, I need to talk to you about our son. Why didn't you tell her that he was in the hospital? Like, I wish my kid's father would call and say, hey, I'm calling you, but I'm not telling you what's going on. Like, you're supposed to tell her what's going on. And I don't know, maybe it's some sort of safety or precaution that he has, but you need to tell her that her son is in the hospital, because whatever is going on, wherever she is, as a mom, the world's going to stop and she's going to get to the hospital. But I don't know, maybe he doesn't want to tell her because, for safety reasons. But I really wish that he would lighten up on his brother, because anything could have made his little blood pressure rise, right? Is this why he's in the hospital? Again, I missed last season, so I don't know. Last episode. I'm not sure if this is why he's in the hospital, because he got excited playing cards, or was it cards? They were playing the video game and then he got excited. So is this why he's in the hospital? Like, you really need to be careful on who you're crossing, Orlando. Stop being so mean to people, because your son is laying there helpless and can't do anything, and you can't do anything. So chill out with all that, because your karma is coming back quicker than you actually think. But then Orlando called someone who was available. He called Nevada. He told Nevada to come to the hospital and to pick him up. They needed to go somewhere, so to bring his computer. And I'm sitting here in this moment, and I'm giving y'all this in real time. So I'm like, you don't leave your kid in the hospital by themselves. Like, some family member needs to be there with him. What's wrong with you? I just know that wherever they're going, it better be important. Okay, so Bobby the Beast Boyd is missing workouts. He's got 100 mil on the line, and Karen has left him. Apparently, there were some panties that were found in his room. He doesn't know where they came from, but it looks like everything's going according to Paris's plan, and she planted them there. And Bobby the Beast can't go on without Karen. So the bodyguard came in and he said, look, I'll get Karen back for you. She'll be here tonight, but right now we need you to come on and work out so we can get through this fight. And it looks like everybody's rendezvous is getting interrupted tonight. Well, at least these two are finished. Orlando couldn't reach Vegas, so he went to find him. And Orlando was like, bro, we'll see you when you get to the house. And he was like, no, we got things to do, so give me 10 minutes. Well, looks like Paris's plan has backfired already. Darnell caught up with Karen at brunch, and he told her exactly what happened. He said that he was in her room with a shawty that he met last week, and they kind of got busy on her bed. So that was the excuse that he gave her, and she fell for it. She believed him, and she's going to come home tonight. And I don't blame you for getting a new bed, girl. He's got some nerve. Just nasty. So Sonia done hopped up out of the bed and went down to offer her condolences for Brother Minister. But we all know what this is about. She's trying to plead for Junior's life. But Elijah was like, it's not gonna work. Brother Elijah remembers all of that crap that was going on with her and Brother X and Junior a long time ago. But he told her, listen, Brother Minister is gone and his death has to be avenged, and Junior's gonna pay for it, period. And I think Sonia needs to leave that alone and let the men be men. I told y'all, Junior done stepped in it and he can't get out of it. Junior did not make it to the hospital in time to see Dominique for one last and final time. Apparently apparently she's already gone. She's already met those pearly gates, and now he wants to talk to Antonio. Things are really turning out for the worst. Dominique's a goner. So Darnell went to his uncle to collect on the money on the bet that they made. I guess, I don't know whose panties those were. I just know I need to catch up. So y'all let me know down in the comments. Orlando and Vegas went by to talk to brother Elijah about what had happened, and Elijah had no idea what they were talking about. He could not take credit for killing Dominique. So not only do they have to protect themselves and their family, they got to figure out who shot her. That brings yet another enemy into the fold. And I really hate to say this, y'all, but I really don't think that Junior has a fighting chance. He has so many enemies against him now, even the people in his own circle. The tables are really turning and they're not in his favor. And this senator here, he wants to get LC back. That's all he wants to do. So any son will do. It doesn't have to be Vegas. He wants to now go after Junior. And I really think that it's Junior's time to move on. In real life, maybe his acting is taking him in a different direction. But then sometimes, in TV drama series, somebody has to die, the good ones and the bad ones. So I don't know which it is, but I do know that this doesn't look good for him at all. Bobby the Beast and Karen are at Club Oasis living their best life. Darnell stormed in and let him know that they were towing his Lambo. Now, these are some characters that I really hope stick around because they bring a new energy to the set, and I like it. I like their dynamic, especially Bobby the Beast. He's a whole character by himself. He's always overly excited about everything. He's doing a great job. Junior finally caught up with his clumsy cartel, and they have to avenge Dominique's death now with killing the Duncans for, I don't know. This is absolutely, it's getting crazier by the moment. Vegas needs to be bought to the senator to get back at LC, and Junior is of course upset because he's in charge, but he doesn't know what the hell is going on, and he feels that everything's out of pocket and going left because he doesn't know about anything that's happening. But they had to let him know that the decision to kill Dominique was his mama's idea. That all came through Donna. But he pretty much told her, look, when it comes to the business, keep your feelings to yourself. And the way that they determined that they were going to get Vegas to the senator is to kidnap him from the compound or from their home. And Junior thinks that's the dumbest thing that he's ever heard. He said that his father is one of the best when it comes to a street war, along with Alejandro. So he said the way to beat his dad at his own game is with strategy and with thinking, not with guns. So I guess now he's gonna come up with a quote unquote strategy against his own father. Dumb, and dumber. Dumbest idea ever heard. So Vegas stopped by his new girlfriend's house. He had plans to cook dinner for her, but she had an appetite for something else. And they're gonna skip dinner tonight, clearly. Not Paris drugging people. She poured something into Karen's drink. Bobby the Beast had to go and take care of his Lamborghini issue. And now she's drugged. She's drugged out of her mind. She doesn't know what's going on. Things are getting blurry. The room is spinning, and Paris is there to help out. I know, girl. This is not the move. This is not okay. So in our final scene, we have Orlando still in the hospital with little O, which is where he should be instead of running the streets trying to find his brother, his grown adult brother. I guess ended up calling him back. I guess he wanted to let him know that he was definitely indeed okay. So he went to the kitchen to try to cook him something to eat because, again, he still hasn't eaten anything. Well, not food anyway. And then as he's, making his way through the kitchen, trying to find some utensils to cook with, he discovers that his girl is a cop. So yeah, that's where the scene ended. And overall, this episode was really good. Even though I missed one episode, I don't think that I did too bad on the catch up. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. And if you're a fan of the family business like I am, then go ahead and sub to the channel for more videos just like this one. Thank you so much for the new subscribers, all the views, all the comments, and the super thanks. Thank you so much to Marcus. I really appreciate everything that you do. You're always usually the first one to comment on all the videos that post. So thank you so much to everybody for your support. And I'm going to see you on the next one.